Good evening, rockers. Vegas Rock Goddess here on the rocks. Total entertainment coming to you live from somewhere off the Las Vegas Strip. Tonight is a really special interview. This band, Seems Like Tuesday, was the highest viewed interview since the show's inception. 5,000 people can't be wrong. This band is killer. So tonight we're revisiting Seems Like Tuesday and get an update on what these guys have been up to for the past 6 months. So I am so excited to talk to these guys. East Coast rules tonight. So get ready. All right, let them in and see what's going on. What's up, Erica? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So we're letting everybody in because they're all chiming in now, of course.
Yes, no, that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Then we're going to talk about your last interview.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to talk about that. There's Pete. Hi, Pete.
Yeah. Yo,
How are you?
I'm good. Good. How you
East
doing?
Coast representing tonight, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a glare. You need to turn that off.
Or we gotta put a light on.
There you go.
Light in front. Light in front. What's up, Erica?
Hello, Peter.
Oh, she did it.
Long time no see.
Yeah, what?
So who
8
else
hours.
do you have chiming in, Erica?
So us, Pete, I think is Chip.
Chip
joining?
can't make it.
Chip
Chip can't make it.
Okay, so
So-
it's just us then.
It might just be us because I
Okay.
think this might be past Billy's bedtime.
Okay, no worries. No worries, man. Well,
He
let's
gets up very early, so
Yeah, that's okay. No worries. So do I. So we're all
Yeah.
good. Let's talk about the last interview, man. Let me tell you, 5,000 views cannot be wrong.
yes.
Our interview is the most viewed out of all my interviews.
That's
I love-
crazy.
I
I
mean,
love it.
unbelievable. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations
thank
to
you.
you too.
Yeah, I mean, wow. It took me by surprise because after I posted it, I sometimes I just check in a few days. I mean, it was getting to be 500, 600,
Yeah.
700. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Then when it hit like 3,800, I'm like, wow. I'm like, oh my
We're
gosh.
famous.
I know. I know.
So yeah, so let's get these viewers back watching this
Yes.
one. I'm
Absolutely.
so excited to catch up with you guys because I follow you guys on the socials, so I know that you guys have been busy playing out.
Yes.
We're hopefully recording, so why don't you give us a quick update on what you guys have been doing?
Yeah, for sure. So since we last spoke, we released our EP this past February, which was super exciting. We had a big party, a lot of support, a lot of love. We definitely felt it. It was killer. And then we're back in the studio now. We're actually doing some pre-production. And then I think this week,
Wednesday's our last day.
yeah.
And then we're gonna schedule a date to go in and go do probably like 4 or 5 more. So that'll be another EP coming, I guess, at the end of the summer by the time we get everything done and everything. So
Yeah. And then we're super busy with gigs. I mean,
Oh my God, you guys have been playing gigs with my friend Dan Parcells.
yes.
I mean, I
Yeah.
saw Killer Dan, man. That guy
Yes.
was a rocker, man, through and
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong.
Yeah.
But so
He'll-
yeah,
He'll
you
give you
guys
a high quality haircut and then rock your face off.
exactly. And I'm sure he could do it at the same time.
Yes. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you guys have been playing gigs. staying busy. Because
Yeah.
I know the last time we talked, you guys were kind of like just getting out there, after the pandemic, things were starting to kind of pick up in your area. So yeah, super exciting.
Yeah, we're having a blast. I mean,
Yeah.
we really are. We played last night at the Rail House in Westville, New Jersey. It's like 9 minutes from our house.
Oh wow.
Pete, I know that's not far for you. Um,
Yep.
Yeah,
kind of our regular, like a regular spot, pretty
Well, it's a
much.
place that usually has like cover bands. And
Right.
we went in there on an open mic one night we're like, you know what, let's just go play a couple tunes one night, So we went in there, and then the owner and the bartender liked this, and they were like, we want you to come back, but you got to fill a whole night, So we're an original band, but we do play covers a little
Right,
bit
of
just to
course.
get into the places and fill the sets. So
Right.
we did a little bit of both last night. We had a real good gig. I mean, that seems to be the recipe around here, at least in the Philadelphia, Jersey kind of area, is that you have to play some covers just to get into the place or fill the nights. I mean, they have
Right.
original nights, but they're usually booked like 3 or 4 bands. And then, you get what you bring through the door and stuff. If you want to play the other places and fill a night, you have to play somebody's stuff, So,
Of course.
but we play like, stuff in Erica's wheelhouse. We do like, Joan Jett and Blondie and
Oh
Tina
yeah.
Turner and like
Yeah.
all like chick songs. So, well, not all of them, but yeah.
Well, let's talk about who's in your band currently. We'll get to Pete here in a second, but why don't you tell us who's currently in your lineup now?
Sure. So myself, Erica Gagliardi, lead female vocalist.
Steve Tabilio, I play drums.
Don't forget about that guy.
Yeah. Pete up there, Pete McGregor plays guitar, and he's our third vocalist. Billy Zioli's our male singer. He plays guitar and sings also. So we have like a 3-singer attack sort of
Right.
going. But it's the same members as the last time we were here. I mean, we have the same unit from the time we started.
Chip
So-
Michael on bass.
and Chip Michael,
Right.
yeah, on bass guitar. So
That's
yeah,
great.
we have the same unit. We're fortunate enough that we do not have a rotating thing in this band. It's the same members that were from.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Pete, I want to get your story. How did you hook up with these two?
Well, I know Chip Michael, our bass player. I've known him for a little while, and right before the pandemic, he was playing in a band with me. Well, I was doing a Stone Temple Pilots tribute. So Chip was in that band. The pandemic hit, gigs were canceled, and so I really wasn't doing anything. And Chip and Steve were talking, and Chip told Steve about me. And I've known Steve off and on for the years, so we know each other. We never played together. So Chip was telling me, working on an original project. I know you write songs, and I play with you. And he wanted me to check out the band and talk to Steve. And Steve and I had a really good opening conversation on the same page. You want professionalism, you want quality, you want stage performance, and you don't want to be mediocre. We want to be tight. We want to be a good band. We want good musicians. We want the songs to carry over. So we were kind of all on the same page with that. And that's how I got involved. It seemed like a really good idea to start with. And we started working together. I liked the bandmates right away. And then we found Billy Zioli, who is somebody I've known since the 80s. Billy and I go way back. So for he and I to actually play in a band together is like almost like a full circle moment. But that was really cool. Like Steve asked me, "Do you know Billy Zioli?" I'm like, "I love Billy Zioli." We get him in our band. All right. That was the final piece.
It's funny about the East Coast. It's such a tight-knit rock community. I mean, because I've interviewed so many bands from the East Coast. Like, I'll interview Rat Rod. Hey, I know Dan Parcells. Yeah, I know Erica. And you know what I mean? So it's like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real tight-knit group around here. I mean, everybody kind of supports each other. We're all in it like the same, we all have the same battles and struggles with getting in the
Right.
club and trying to make people listen to your original music and all that stuff. So it's definitely there's a brotherhood, so to speak, around here, and mutual respect. And like we played last night, and Albert from Monte Carlo, he came out to see us play. Last time he played, we were there to see him play. So everybody kind of supports each other, and there's a friendly competition. Guess you could say everybody wants to be really good, but nobody's got their nose in the air around here. Everybody's kind of like, hey man, you make it, let us open up. One of my friends says, if you make it, I'm roadieing. I said, okay, dude, So
Exactly. So you guys have been writing. I know you have, because that's last I talked to you, you guys were writing. You got that EP out in February, and then you've got some other stuff you're going to be recording out as well. Now, tell me, how is your summer calendar looking right now for gigs? Let's talk about this.
No, yeah, for sure. I think the only slow month that we have is June. I mean, we're pretty booked up every month, which is great. Whether it be 1 to 2 gigs, like that's good for all of us. We do have lives and work full time and all that
but
good
we've been
stuff.
playing a little
So
bit more than that. I mean,
yeah, we have.
yeah,
Lately.
3 times this month.
Yeah. And then August is really the gig that I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure I could speak for everybody else. We're pretty excited about the Wally Lake Fest in August. It's a 3-day event in Hawley, PA. It's a real big boating event.
Okay.
Like we're playing on a stage in the water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty scary and cool at the same time. And then we get like right out of the water and go to the main stage to play for another hour. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, we're stoked about it. I'm counting down. I'm really excited. So
that sounds like a really amazing gig.
Yeah, we're pretty excited.
Yeah,
about
like all the boats come up and they check you out, and it's as long as the weather permits, it should be awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And what month is that? August, right?
Yeah, so that's August 23rd through August 25th.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm counting down, actually.
Yeah, we got very lucky to get that too. We
Right.
submitted our music, and we had somebody really dig what we were doing and was like, yo, I can get you on this. And we're like, sure, go ahead. And he came through, so which is great. And so we're fortunate to do something of that magnitude, because there's going to be like thousands of people there. So it should be pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome. What are some of your other upcoming gigs that you guys are going to be at?
So we have
Saturday,
Saturday we have an arts and music fest, an outside gig. Apple Farms, Pete, am I saying that right?
It's Apple Farm, and Apple is APPEL, Apple Farm.
Yeah. So we have that coming up. We also have
Spread Eagle gig.
Yeah, we have a gig in May at the Laughing Fox with a couple of other bands that we're friends with. Then the Spread Eagle gig, July 19th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're opening for Spread Eagle. So
they're a great band, man.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
They're good live. I've opened up, this will be the 4th time I've opened up for them with the 4th different band. So I've opened up with them over the year. When they first came out and they hit, I opened up for them when they had, Scratch Like a Cat and played Serenade and all that stuff. And then their second album came out. I forget what songs were on that, but we opened up for them again. So this is the 4th time now. So when I see Rob, the bass player, I'm gonna be like, dude, this is the 4th. It's gonna show our
Right.
They've been around a while,
For sure. But that's great. You guys got some great stuff coming up. I want to talk a little bit about the music scene going on right now in your area, because I had the last conversation with another band that was on the East Coast, and I'm telling you that 80s, 70s vibe is coming back hard.
Mhm.
So, and you guys are right in it, man. You're right in it,
Mhm.
which is great. And I predicted this. I predicted this last year that this was going to happen. And I mean, we're getting some really great bands coming through Vegas as well.
Right.
That 70 edge, that 70s, 80s, like, BTO kind of fog hat, man. That sound is coming back, baby.
Well, I think everything comes back in fashion
Right.
eventually. If it's good, right? Like it comes back in fashion. I mean, a lot of them bands are coming back around and they don't have like all the original members. It might just be like the guitar player or something like that.
Right.
But they're still playing all the hits, so you still get to hear the songs, So that's there'll always be an audience for good material, I feel.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Now, this is kind of a subject I've been talking to a lot with a lot of the band members from other bands. Now, what are you guys thinking about these venues still trying to hoard out on like merchandise and all that stuff and really not paying the bands what they should be paying? What do you think?
Well, I mean, they pretty much they have you. I can't say that. You know what I want to say, right?
They
Right.
have you.
They have your hands tied. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, because
and
I want your honest opinion on this, because this has been a really big controversy and it's still continuing.
yeah,
You know?
I think like as far as original, like as soon as you say you're an original band, I think like a lot of owners are like it's like they think you're going to go up there and either scare their regulars away or you're
Right.
going to be like really heavy and just be too loud and they can't hear the drinks or the food or
Yeah,
people. Yeah, so
exactly.
I think it gets a bad rap, and some of that it's true. I mean, you could scare away
Right.
an audience sometimes, but I think that gives original music in general a bad rap. I mean, I know we're very volume friendly when we play. I mean, we play with a certain sort of moxie, but we ain't heavy like where we're up there, just blowing people away up there to where they can't even sit in the same room. I think it just gets a bad rap because of some bands and some places. Just it'll be like they have one bad night or a fist fight will break out and then that's it. They
Right.
didn't want to do it no more. So I think it's but then again though, if you could put people in the seats or you could bring them to the bar and
Right.
they're selling beer, all of a sudden it becomes okay. So I think as long as you can draw, you can sort of untie your hands, so to speak. But if you can't draw, then they got you, they got your hands tied and they're gonna make it difficult for you. Where we're from, it's 90% either tribute or it's covers.
Right.
So to be an original band, it's really hard. Like I said earlier, you have to play a couple covers just to kind of get in, and then they realize that you're not going to start fights. You're not going to do, coke in the bathroom. You're not going to, scare the regulars away. And then you could kind of make your way, but you got to get in first, and that you got to play the game.
Yeah.
And we've succumbed to that. We've played covers a little bit just because we have to get into the room. And then after we get into the room, we start doing more and more of our own stuff and we start taking over. And then 5, 6 covers become 1 or 2 covers,
Right.
and we start.
It's funny you mention that because a lot of these bands now are incorporating cover tunes like you guys and original material as well. So it's making it easier for these guys to get gigs.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's a great thing. I mean, these bands need to play. I mean, it's even here in Vegas, we get the same thing. Trust me.
yeah.
We're going through the same exact thing.
To your point though, Carol, they, from her question about the venues and trying to take a percentage of your money, a cut of your money, Steve really is the one who plans these shows out.
Right,
So from entering the building to having somebody at the door to having our own merch person, we really make sure before we go into a place that we have all that mapped out
right.
so that it's ours.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys
yeah.
are great at that.
Yeah.
'Cause it seems like you guys got a handle on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think every state is different and how they handle their bands.
Sure.
So, Vegas, I think it's starting to get a little better. I know Nashville's been a touchy area for that, but I'm glad to see a lot of these venues starting to open up to more, bands. So, and giving them a chance, really.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I think that's the thing. It's like you have to be open-minded, just like anything else. I think
Right,
as
of
long as
course.
you're taking the people money, they're gonna they're gonna deal with it. It's when you go in and there's no one there and they're just gonna be like, I didn't make no
Right.
cash. And then you're out. It's just that simple. You
Exactly.
burn somebody on a Friday night where they could have booked a cover band and and did well, and they book an original band, they don't do well, they're not going to be very happy. See, Eric and I come from a cover band background. I've done it all, originals,
Right.
covers, and back.
You
But
guys have.
like, yeah, but like with the cover thing, like it's almost like you can win a crowd over very easy because you're playing hits. So you can go in there and you play, a Stevie Nicks song and everybody's happy all of a sudden. When you're an original band, you got to work a lot harder. And
Yeah.
that's the challenge. I could speak for everyone in this band. That's our challenge, is to win you over with our stuff. So it's almost like it's much harder to be original band, obviously, than a cover band. But we're up to the challenge. I mean, we have a decent following. We feel we have good material. We execute our craft on stage, and we try to just give everybody a good time. So I think that you got to find your lane.
Yeah.
And just go, and try to back up what you say. Because you can go into a club and say, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You don't do it, and then you're out,
Yeah.
You got to back up what you say. And I think it's all, I think you could tell a band that's going to be pro just by their sound check.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
a guy up there is like, "Boo," going crazy. It's like,
First,
dude,
first two notes, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're either gonna stay or you're gonna say bye.
Right. It's like a telltale sign. We had our sound man last night, and so he's like, give me a sound check. So, I play a real simple beat. He's like, cool, I was done in like 10 seconds, So, he says some drummers go up and they're playing drum solos during a sound check. So right away, the owner's like, because who wants to hear all that? Somebody's eating still, you know what I mean? Or whatever. It isn't the time that you're going on. So I think it's everybody in this band too is we're pretty savvy and been around and done that and learned from
Right.
our mistakes, and we try to be pro and do the right thing for the club as well as making ourselves look good.
Right, of course.
It's all it's a package deal when you go to a place. The food, the drink, the band, it's all one thing, So we approach it like that. I think it's worked out for us at least.
Pete, what are your feelings on it?
Yeah, I think we do a good job at that, like what Steve was outlining. And then to say, like, so last night went really well. Sound was just top notch. It was good from start to finish. The previous gig we had, not the very last one, but we had one earlier in the month. We did a gig for WrestleMania in Philly. And so opening up that show, the sound wasn't ready. So we were supposed to start playing at a certain time when one event let out while people are getting drinks before the next event. Well, it was at least 20 minutes or more before we could actually start playing because the sound system wasn't set up. But we're just chilling. And for maybe like 10 minutes of it, I'm sort of just noodling on the guitar just to fill in some sound because there's no music going on.
Right.
And they're all waiting, so but our band, we're all chill. We're all cool. We're waiting for it. We're not yelling at the sound man. We're just,
Right.
What do you need from us? We're here. And that goes a long way. So, you know, it's how, like Steve was talking about the professionalism. It's like in those moments, if you can stay cool, ride out the hard parts, and then you get to the fun or whatever, you get to entertaining people. But generally, yeah, it depends on how that starts, you know, and who you're working with, the venue. You have good nights, you have bad nights. I mean, some nights you can't hear things on stage, but that's the way it goes. And you just,
Right.
you rely on, you've rehearsed your stuff, you know where you are, and you just go out and you do it, whether you can hear yourself or if I can't hear the singer or I can't hear someone else in the band from where I'm at, it doesn't matter. We're all doing our parts. We have to trust.
Right.
So as a band, we do that.
Yeah, it's funny because I'll just tell you an example. I was front row for Last in Line. Now, this was the first time around when they first started the band. Okay. I'm
This
like,
is a Dio cover band, right?
yeah. And
Right.
Andrew Friedman is a local artist who's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he's good.
So, yeah, so I'm positioned myself between him and Vivian Campbell. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna get some great shots. I could not hear a single note that Andrew Freeman was singing. All I could feel was Vivian Campbell's guitar blasting in my face, which I don't mind, but it's shadowing out everything else.
Yeah.
His stage
like-
volume was probably crushing. That's why he was.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. They had his amps crushing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was totally drowning out Andrew. And like I said, this was their first gig together as a unit. And I'm
Sure.
like, oh my, I've seen him since then. Great. But man, that was a blast. I did get some.
Well, see, and that's what's crazy. That's what you remember. You don't remember that the drummer was good or they executed that Dio song
Right.
perfectly. You just remember you were getting blasted away. So that's what I'm saying about a package deal. It's almost like,
Yeah.
and if somebody spilled a drink on you, that's what you would remember. It's almost like
Exactly.
it all goes together, you know?
Yeah, like when I was in Australia covering the Kings of Thrash, I'm in front of the stage and Chaz is singing one of the last songs on the set list, and all of a sudden this 200-pound mosher decides to roll over my head. I'm lucky because I was just got done doing my pictures and I had my camera in my camera bag, and I'm like, literally, this guy rolled over my nose.
Wow.
I
Oh
could
my
not
God.
believe I didn't have a broken nose. The look on Chaz Leon's face, because I was like basically in front of him, he was like, he thought I died. I'm like, oh my God. So that was an experience too. I mean, we all have great rock and roll experiences, but I mean, yeah, you gotta be there,
What
Yeah.
was the name of that band again?
It's called the Kings of Thrash. It's
Oh.
David
Jeff
Ellison,
Young?
Jeff Young,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, and Fred Aching on drums.
Yeah.
Uh,
I met Jeff before. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, and I'm actually going back to Australia in July, to Melbourne to cover their last show.
Cool.
There. So I'm super excited to go back to Australia. It was a great experience last time. So
That's a hell of a plane ride, isn't it?
yeah, it's worth it though.
Yeah.
You really don't think about it once you're on there crashing out for a few hours and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But okay, so I am looking forward to I want you guys to come to Vegas, man.
Well, set
Okay.
it up.
We're down for anything.
Get us with some bands to play with.
I
We
know.
got one drums out there, and we'll come.
Yeah, you guys should come out with Dan Parcells and his band. Come out with Rat Rod, like do the whole East Coast tour, brings it to Vegas.
We'll
Yeah.
just rent a
There you
school.
go.
Yeah.
That's
God.
That
would
would
be
be
fun, wouldn't it?
absolutely amazing.
We're down.
a long drive, isn't it? Though Vegas.
Yeah, that is a long drive.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Got to be days to get there.
Right?
That's the problem too. Like with something like that, like, you know, if you were gonna play there, you would probably fly. And to
Yeah.
get everybody's schedule like that, it's probably next to impossible.
We
Who
would-
can't
Yeah,
afford
it's
to
kinda
pay to
hard.
it?
Right, I
Yeah, it's
know, but
really,
we-
really
we
hard to
would
do
make
that.
it work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but are you guys, is
Awesome.
that like one of your big goals is to get out of like kind of the East Coast and kind of like move closer to me?
I'd say yes and no.
For me, I am so yes,
Yeah.
but I think I'm the only one, but go ahead.
I would say this, when we started this band, like nobody was in for like, we're gonna make it, we're gonna have cannons in the videos and we're gonna, all that stuff.
Pyros and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's like dragons are gonna come down. We were just like, look, we just want to write good quality music and
Right.
be respected by our peers and meet people and like you. Like, and that was that was our goal. And then as the band started doing well, we won a couple awards for a couple songs, or one of our songs is 100,000 views on YouTube. It's like, okay,
Two of
well,
them now.
two of them,
Two of
my
them now.
fault. Two of them had that.
Wow.
So I'm like, wow, like a lot of things are starting to really happen for the band. And then we have this guy, Dennis, shopping our stuff for film and commercial and stuff like that. I think that's more towards where we were heading originally. It was like, wow, it'd be great to have one of our songs in like a Jeep Cherokee commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody had aspirations of going on tour or anything like that. But I think if the right situation came up and we can like open up for somebody like that's there already, it's like, well, if you want to open up for Shinedown or something like that, we'd be like, yeah. To go out and tough it in a van and do it ourselves, and me drive 12 hours and Pete drive 8, we're in nowhere want to do that. I think
Right.
everybody's a little older in this band. We have so many things we're responsible for. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a boss where I work. Pete's got a really good job. Eric is a boss where she works. We have kids, dogs, cats. There's so many things that we're responsible. But if the right situation came and it was going to be lucrative enough for us to take a leave of absence of work, we would give it a shot. But by no means are we getting in a van and driving around. I'd rather have a song in a video. I'm in a commercial or a
Right.
movie or something. Pete, am I right on this? Am I
Yeah,
jumping-
no, totally. And we've talked about this, and like we would be up for say like weekend tours, like mini tours.
like one-offs
You know-
or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
a
you
lot
know,
of
you
bands
go-
are doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you take a
Yeah.
Friday and a
band.
Monday off, and you do like a 3-day weekend play every night, maybe an afternoon, and you fit it all in a region of the country, and then go home.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as like going, state to state and eating like White Castle for breakfast, I did that already, and I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, we got to be a little realistic here.
Well, you know what? My thing is like the cable bill's still coming,
Right.
whether I'm watching the TV or not. The mortgage bill still comes. Yeah, so you still got to keep your life up with pursuing this dream,
Oh, of course.
So, we'll see what happens. I mean, none of us have our head in the clouds, or I think we're very realistic. We're like, I think we're where we should be at this point, and we're realistic about it. If something else comes down the pike, then and all the cards fall in the right places, we'll take advantage of that, of sure. But it's got to be right, and we
Yeah.
ain't gonna take stupid risks just to, go play
No, I
for
mean,
a night or
you
whatever.
can't. And there's bands out there that are doing the same thing you guys are, but you guys are killing it, man. Where you're at.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting so many requests to come back. You've got a great fan base. I mean, what can you can't go wrong.
Plus,
Right.
it
So
makes us feel
we-
very
we,
well.
yeah, we want to keep our head on well grounded. We don't want to get above ourselves. So we need to be realistic, like Steve outlined. Everybody's got to get to work, got to pay the bills, but we're also confident enough in our own abilities and the songs that we're putting together, and as a band and as individuals, that if we were to move up to the next level, if that was to happen, like I said, we can't expect to be there, but
Right.
we're in a good position, and we're all professional enough and I think seasoned enough that we're ready for it. You know, not
Yeah.
to say that, oh, that's going to happen to us tomorrow, because we don't, we don't expect that.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
guys
we've been
are
doing it long
ready.
enough.
You're
We've been
more
doing it
than
long
ready.
enough. We have pride in our work, and we deal with the professional music people like the professionals they are, because we want to be treated as
Right.
professionals as well. So we're ready for it.
Yeah, and
You know-
Erica's sounding killer, man. Your vocals, oh
Thank
my God.
Thank you.
I mean,
Appreciate it.
sounds so great.
Thank you.
Just the whole band is amazing. You know, I'm a fan for life.
We appreciate that.
You know,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so
Eric is
hopefully-
like our secret weapon. Like, you know, if we come out and people are like, who is she? And I'm like,
right.
you know, it's kind of like, thank you very much. You know, because I brought her into
Exactly.
the original, so I'm somewhat responsible for the
Yes, you
thing.
are. Yes,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
are.
normally I get an East Coast trip every year, but this year it's going to be kind of tight. So, but you never know as far as my schedule goes. But I cannot wait to see you guys play live.
Yeah.
That's like on that's on my bucket list for bands. It's
Wow.
you guys
We
play
have to
live.
get to her.
We-
We have to go to her.
Or if she could, yeah, we have a spare room in the basement. If you want to play today.
Hey, I might take you up on that, man.
Yeah, it's a nice room.
It comes with a beagle.
Yeah, you
No
get stuck with the
problem.
dog, but he's cool. He's just loud.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love dogs, man.
Yeah.
He's
No
a good one.
worries.
He's a keeper.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I want to congratulate you on all the success that this band is had and is still having. I think 24 is definitely going to be a killer year for your band.
We're feeling it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, 5,000 people can't be wrong with viewing that last interview. So I hope we can get a lot of your fans on board with this one. So we
Absolutely.
can give everybody an update. Pete, it was great meeting you. I can't wait to see you live, man.
Awesome. Maybe we'll get out to
Definitely.
Vegas, or when you're in New Jersey, let us know.
Yeah,
We'll try to
for
make sure we're
sure.
playing.
Like I said, normally I take an East Coast trip, you know, once a year, but like I said, you never know. But I thank you guys so much. We're definitely going to do another one. We'll do another interview, maybe later this year, towards the
Sure.
end of the year. And
Sweet.
hopefully we're going to definitely keep me posted on all the new stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
We're,
anything I
we're
can,
excited for the stuff we're working on.
yeah, for
Definitely.
sure. Anything I can do to help. I can't wait to hear it. I know it's going to be amazing. You guys are great. Thank you, Erica, again. Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely.
Um,
Thank you for your support, your continued
We-
support. Really
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I talk a lot about you guys to a lot of my East Coast friends that come out here. Hey, if you heard something, Seems Like Tuesday, man, you got to check them out, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, I mean,
Thank
so
you.
yeah, I'm definitely like your #1 promoter in Vegas
Love it. Love it.
for
Okay.
sure.
Thank you.
Well,
But
thanks
you
a-
guys have a great evening. We'll talk soon. Keep me posted on what's happening.
Absolutely. You know we
Okay.
will.
And you guys
Thanks
have an
so
amazing
much.
summer.
Thank you.
And I will talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Take care. See you again.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Wow, Seems Like Tuesday. This band, let me tell you, has got a lot to say. They are killing it on the East Coast. So you East Coasters out there, if you don't know about Seems Like Tuesday, go to YouTube, check them out. They're on Spotify. Amazing. This is only the beginning for this band. So I can't wait to see what happens next. This is the Vegas Rock Goddess on the Rocks Total Entertainment. Always like and subscribe to On the Rocks Total Entertainment YouTube, because you never know who I'll be interviewing next.